Now, the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between fantasy and reality. So as soon as this thought process is happening, it is activating as if it's actually happening, which is why it's super important that your subconscious mind knows and accepts the information. Hello everyone, it's Terry. So nice to see you. How's your heart today? I'm always going to ask you how your beautiful, wonderful, dynamic heart is. Well, the reason why I ask you, of course, if you've been listening to me and following me, it's because it's an energetic temperature check of where you are right now. It's an indicating system of what you're emitting or broadcasting and what other energy fields, meaning other people, are picking up about you as well. And also what other frequencies you can attract to you, you can magnetize to you or bring into you, like opportunities, right? So we have a healing vibe mantra coming up right to you right now. And the whole idea of these is to change your energy, shift your energy in a really short, small, bite-sized way that we can do here on YouTube. If this is something that you'd like to explore further, you can work with me one-on-one. But here for this purpose, we're just going to see if we can just quickly change where we are to a different vibrational frequency. So today's healing vibe mantra is, I am open to expand my consciousness. Yes, yes. Now, as we know, consciousness is awareness, right? Consciousness is energy. So wherever we are placing our attention, which is being conscious about something, that is where our energy is going. So oftentimes, if you're like me, things happen that are not in our control, right? So that can take us out of whatever frequency we're in, and our attention is now placed or leaked, as I say, outside of us. And therefore, from our own energy reserve, our energy is getting away from us, right? And that, of course, can affect us mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, everything. We have many mental bodies, many emotional bodies, okay? So there's a lot to us. And so the healing vibe mantra we're going to focus on today is, I am open to expanding my consciousness. Now, what happens when we open our consciousness? One word: opportunity. Why? Because we're not doing the same thing anymore. When we're no longer doing the same thing, it means other things can happen. When you do the same thing, you're constantly and consistently dwelling in the same energy frequencies. So that means you're only drawing in and matching up with the same energetic frequency over and over and over again. So nothing's going to change. So in order for anything to change in your life, you have to change your life, and it all starts with your thoughts, because your thoughts create your feelings, and your feelings create your emotions, and your emotions will lead you to actions that will actually reflect whatever is going on the inside, outside of you. So let's get to this, okay? I am open to expanding my consciousness. So just take a brief moment here. This is not meditation, okay? So we're not going to go into anything really super deep. We're just going to become really aware, hypersensitive, and conscious to where we are throughout this little practice or exercise, okay? So just go ahead and close your eyes and just take a moment to investigate what feeling you might be feeling right now, okay? And just know, where are you right now? That's gonna be your bottom line, your baseline indication of what your energy is right now, okay? So just go ahead and do that. Right? So you know where you are right now. Now, all you got to do is just listen into what I'm about to say and see if you can shift out of this frequency, okay? Of the frequency that you're in right now, all right? So I like to close my eyes. You don't have to, but my eyes will be closed, so do not be offended that I am not looking at you, okay? Okay, so I'm just gonna sit here. I have my hands on my heart. I don't know if you can see this. I have my hands on my heart just so that I can connect to the energy field of my heart, which is where truth lives, which is where the magnetization of other frequencies happen. And I'm just going to say the healing vibe mantra out loud 3 times. And it is, I am open to expanding my consciousness. I am open to expanding my consciousness. I'm open to expanding my consciousness. And I'm just going to sit here and just think, use my thoughts and my imagination. So I'm going to use my imagination, my as if part of me, pretending part of me. Sometimes that imagination might be how I feel, how I see, how I hear, how I smell, how I taste, how I know. It's typically a sense of some sort is when you're using your imagination. So I'm just gonna sit in this for just a moment, and I'm first gonna think to activate my senses of what it's like to actually expand my consciousness. So in other words, I wanna know what it's like for me to expand on or make bigger or bring out or bring forth what it's like for something that I'm not even necessarily aware of just yet, right? So there are things I know, there are things I know that I know, and there are things that I know that I don't even know, right? So like, I don't know chemistry, right? So I know that I don't know chemistry. But do I know how the Yeti sound might sound like? No. So I'm gonna be curious about that. I'm gonna be curious. I'm gonna tap into that feeling of curiosity, because expanding my consciousness and learning about and experiencing something new that maybe I haven't experienced just yet makes me curious. So I'm gonna feel curious right now. Wonder what that's like. What does the sound of a Yeti sound like? I'm sure somewhere on the internet there's a sound. All right, mental note, we're gonna Google the sound of a Yeti. I don't know why that came up, it just did. Going with it, people, just going with it. All right, what else? Something else, expanding my consciousness. What else do I know? I don't know how to make fondant for a cake. That's curious. I'm curious. How would I make fondant? Okay, I might go ahead and Google how to make fondant for a cake. I don't know. Let's see, what else? What else can I think of? Oh, what would it be like? And I have not experienced this. So what would it be like? Oh, this is starting to evoke my sense of adventure. So here we go. Now I'm getting into this frequency of adventure, right? So what would it be like to drive through the desert on the way to Arizona in a 1964 Mustang with its top down? I don't know, I've never done that before. I wonder what that's like. I think it would be really cool to feel the breeze on my face, my hair in the wind. Hopefully there wouldn't be a dust storm happening. Yes. But wow, that totally evokes my sense of adventure and travel and exploration. Okay, I'm expanding my consciousness, right? So as you can see, or feel or think about different things that expand your consciousness, and then you actually act out on them. Okay, take steps, right? For example, the steps in the example that I was giving you is Googling what a Yeti might sound like, or getting into a Mustang, a 1964 Mustang, driving through the desert with the top down. Like, I can just imagine what that would feel like. Now, the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between fantasy and reality. So as soon as this thought process is happening, it is activating as if it's actually happening, which is why it's super important that your subconscious mind knows and accepts the information that you are giving it while you are doing this exercise, right? So you got to make this doable. Just like affirmations, they have to be believable. There has to be an aspect of truth to it, right? It's not a far-fetched fantasy, right? To be driving in the Arizona desert in a 1964 Mustang with the top down. Okay, that's a real thing that can happen, right? So the healing vibe mantra for today is I am open to expanding my consciousness. So the key to this healing vibe mantra is to being open to it, right? What can you allow into your life that's different? What can you do that's different, that can bring something different and expand your consciousness, that you can absorb that energetic frequency, that you can integrate it with your own and have a different experience. So there you go. That is today's healing vibe mantra. I am open to expanding my consciousness. If you like this video, please let me know, and you will be letting other people know that it's a great video too by clicking the like button. I'd really appreciate it. And of course, I'm always saying stay connected, right? So stay connected to your friends and family, stay connected to yourself. And of course, you can stay connected to me. You can check me out at terryhuberman.com, and I'll see ya on the flip side.